Okay guys, we are starting up the screen. We're just gonna give it a few seconds, a few minutes for everybody to come in. Well, that's if we get anyone on the screen. On today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys how you can save your time and save your money. Now, we all know the biggest problem in this game, by far, I would say it's the resource management. When you get a big army, it's hard to feed it. It's hard to get the resources to continue um, building your army, and this can, you know, potentially lead to a lot of people quitting the game. Um, so most of you know already how to gather for little to no resources. I'm going to be showing you today how to do that automated. So if you watch this video to the end, you're going to learn how to gather to little to no resources automatically. I'll also show you how to attack monsters automatically, and I'll also show you how to celebrate automatic. Another thing that I want to mention, that this is not a hack. I don't touch any source code at all. I think it's understandable that the developers have to make money. This is just a way that we found while playing this game to make it a little bit more manageable. So what you want to do is you want to download Bluestack. Bluestack is a game emulator. Um, there are many different type of emulators out there, and Bluestack is one of the more notable ones. So, what is it about Bluestack that makes it that helps you to do these things? First and foremost, it's the micro recorder. Over here on the side, you'll see this icon once you download Bluestack and set everything up. What Bluestack allows you to do is to just download apps onto it. It's like a cell phone. So once you download the app, you download Empire War and you log into your account. That will take you to this screen. This is what you see. You want to click this button here. This allows you to record your clicks and remembers every click that you make throughout the recording period. So for example, if I wanted to celebrate, I would record the celebration process, click the record button, and then report the celebration process, and then press stop. Now it's a little difficult to show you, as the micro recorder doesn't show well on OBS. So I made a little video to be able to illustrate exactly how it looks like. So this video here shows the basics of what you will see when you click that button. You'll see that we have record micro. That's what you want to click when you want to record your sequence of clicks. You have settings. This is where you can change the duration, the amount of time that it clicks. I put infinity because I want it to continue throughout the night while I sleep, or through the day while I do other tasks. And this is a celebration script, so I have it repeating once every 15 minutes. And then you click save, and that saves your settings. To make it a little bit more manageable, you can also rename each of these tasks that you do, each of these recordings that you do. So by clicking that and then putting the name that you want. That's the basics of managing the whole settings. But we also have things like you can import these recordings, and you can export the recordings. That way you can share with friends. If you do really have a hard time and you need me to help you out, let me know in the comment section. So also, once you've done that, you click out. Another thing that I think is notable is the instances. Instances allows you to have more than one version of the game open at one time. So the old way we used to do it is we would have multiple cell phones, and we would use the cell phone to transfer things from one farm account to another. Or if we're paying two main accounts on one server, we would use that cell phone to do all that, which made it a little bit more difficult and took more time. So one of the things that you can do with it is you can also resize the instances. So you could have pretty much an unlimited amount of games opened at different sizes depending on what your computer can do. This is the basic demonstration of how the interface works. But I'm going to get to the gathering and the other scripts in a little bit. Just give me a little bit to get all the information out. You may run into an error in opening the screen for the second instance, and if you have that error, what I want you to do is I want you to go into the settings. It's at the bottom over there. You see, like it's like a settings wheels, and then you would go to engine. It's over there on the left hand side. You click on engine, and this is where you will change it to compatibility mode. And depending on your computer, you might have to change it to DirectX. Okay, once you got that set up, it should work just fine. You might have to open it and then play it again, but it should work just fine. Now we've got the basic setup. I want to show you the gathering process. Now, the way that people have discovered to gather with Zero is by putting your troops out in the wild and waiting until the clock is about to change. So, for example, right now we are at 8:26. I would have to wait until 8:59.59 to feed my troops, and I only have to feed them for 3 seconds for the hour to change. It's a little bit of a tongue twister, but like if you can get the concept of you only have to feed your troops once an hour, and you have to feed them between uh, 59 to the new hour, which will be 00. Um, Now, a easier way to do it is what really helps with this is if you have a higher level of disaster prevention. Because with the high level of disaster prevention, it says it increases recall speed. But what I found it that it does, it prevents your troops from abandoning your city faster. So even if you don't have food between the changing of the hour, that would be like 9:00. Um, Even if you don't have food within that changing, your troops still stay in your city, and then you can feed them after the hour has changed. That's how some people only feed their troops with, let's say, one piece of food, because they wait until the hour change. If you notice in some big servers in the marketplaces, you'll see them selling like one of each item, like just one piece of food. That's what they use it for. So now you have the basic concept of gathering with Zero. The way you automate it is by using the micro recorder. So what I have my micro recorder do is have the gathering script repeat every hour. And every hour, I'll play it right now so you can see. Every hour, this is what happens. So first, usually I exit and enter the city again. And I'm not at that city. This is why this is a little bit weird. But let me start it at the city. So what is important is that you always have it set up to repeat based on where you start from. So if you change cities, it might be a problem. Seeing as I gather in a different city from where I actually fight, it's not the same. So I'm always moving to another city. So I'll start it off. Let's do this. This is how it works. It'll move from one city, go down, and then it will change to the city where I gather. Then it will go to the marketplace, open it up, and then it will cancel the sale. Now it cancels the sale. You see the food number has increased, and then it goes to the other city. That's how I set it up. It should go back to the other city. That way, my other scripts that I have, because I have a celebration script and I have a monster attack script. That way, those scripts will not have a problem starting. When it starts in a different city, they'll know where they are. So that's how I have it set up. And straight after the script runs, I can continue playing. I don't have to press stop, and it will repeat what it's doing the next hour. So ideally, I would have waited until 8:59.58, and then or just a little bit less than that, because you want to give it time to run the script. So usually it takes me about 10 to 15 seconds to move from one city to the other, and also enter the marketplace to cancel the sale. So you would wait until like 8:59.45, and then you would start running the script. That way it will match with the end of the hour. You only have to time this once, and once you have it accurately timed, you can just repeat it out hour after hour while you sleep. You don't have to worry. um, a good thing to keep in mind is to have a lot of food. I have a level 9 marketplace, and that potentially gives me 9 hours of gathering without having to um, overly exert myself in trying to press cancel or feed with different items. Um, I hope that devs do let us have this, because if not, it's just gonna be impossible. Even with gathering, feeding an army of, let's say, 20 million, you're gonna be like at non-stop trying to feed them. What people do, another thing that is useful if you have a big army, it's to abandon some of your troops, but that leaves you weak, and you're not able to fight. You're not able to gather effectively, and it's kind of a double-edged sword. So I've showed you how the gathering script works. We're going to stop that now, and I'm going to show you the celebration script. This is the one I use pretty much on a regular basis, because I need troops, and having more barracks in your cities, that means you have less houses, and you have to celebrate more to compensate for that. So let's play it right now. I went back to my main city, and then I would start the celebrate script. And what it does is basically what you would do click for click. It will go through. So While that's running, there's another thing I want to talk about: the importance of having population. Population is another way that you can feed your troops. Population allows you to collect food from your senate, and the larger your population, the more food that you can collect from the senate. Ideally, if you want to feed an army, and I'm not sure if I got the number right, but let's say you want to feed about 10, 20 million power. Ideally, a population of like, let's say, 40 million, it would help with the feeding, if not alleviate it. Because in this game, there is a cap on how much food uh, the the troops can eat an hour. There's a limit, so it doesn't, like, for example, if I'm not sure the exact number, but I believe it's around 2.1 g, around 2 g or something. Um, that's the maximum amount of food that the troops can eat per hour. And if you have more troops, it still only eats that amount of food per hour. So your goal in making a high population is to make enough of a population where you can collect that resource limit of food, which I believe, I'm not sure. If you do know, please put it down in the comment section. It's been a while, so put it down in the comment section so other people can see. But pretty much with a high enough population, you do not need to gather anymore. You can just come into your Senate, and where it says food collection, as you see, this the food collection. Hold on, collect food in this city. It's only like 84,000. That's pretty much the same as my population here. But let me go to my other city here. But I have about 790K population here, and if I go to collect food, you can see over here about we're looking at around, as you can see, 790 of the same resource, and the only difference is based on my population. So if you had 40 million population, you can collect about 40 million food per hour. And this is especially useful when you're on the peace card, because you don't need to leave your peace card. You don't need to risk your troops out in the wild. And on other benefit of this, it also allows you to get silver. The higher your population, the more silver. So by increasing this, it shows that I'm creating a silver production of 790. That's my troop count, my population count. But the thing that it doesn't take into effect is I haven't put any boost. I could put a 25% silver boost on that, which would allow it to be more per hour. And so, for example, what you would want to do is, like, you would collect, but you'd also pray with the silver that you make, which increases your morale. So it's like pretty much an up and down thing, but you'd still want to celebrate because you don't want your population dropping down too far. So just about balancing those three. I don't, right now, I'm doing things, I'm trying to increase my population. And when you have your tax rate maximum, your population goes down gradually. And I don't want to miss out on the ability to celebrate, to use prayers. You know what I mean? So that's how that happens. So another thing is gathering. I hope that made sense to you guys. If not, please do put it in the comment section. I want to have another version of this video also coming out next week. It's not necessarily another version, but I want to do a weekly video covering these topics, talking about the game more, and also just, like, maybe trying to encourage the developers to do certain things to make this the gaming experience is better. um, I do understand their need for to make money, and we all contribute somewhere or another, whether it's buying food, peace cards, or packs, and by no means am I just like saying fuck the divs, don't let them earn money? Because as you can see, I have quite a few gold items here in my material boxes, and I even lost out on a couple of forges here because I didn't have 100%, and it's really kind of annoying now, because before at least you had a good chance of maybe getting it at 31%, maybe getting it at 71% or something like that. But now it just seems like you have to have 100% to make it, and it just kills the little players. Definitely, it kills the little players. I think it should be less expensive, or better ways for us to earn their material pieces. That way, little players can spend and get addicted to the game, and then spend more like the big players. Or at least they'll be in the game longer to make it enjoyable for the bigger players. Which, if the little players spend, then the big players will spend more. It's just how I think it would go. But yeah, if you're a div, please do keep that into consideration. Um, that's it for that. I want to show you how it works also with the the monster attack. I have a monster attack script. Let me stop the celebration script. Um, So I'm gonna run the monster attack script. So what you want to do is always leave it at how you started. So if I start in this city, I want to leave it in this city. If I change it to a different city, it may not find the target properly, and everything can mess up. So I'm going to the city here. Leave it a little bit to load, because sometimes the game takes a while to refresh. Find a monster by clicking the monster attack icon. And the monsters are usually pretty much positioned in the same place, so they're not gonna move around. And then you just send some troops to attack. And I'm not pressing anything right now; everything is just autom- automatically running. And you can have another script which works when you first start attacking, so you can attack all 10 monsters while you eat your sandwich or something like that, or whatever. But this how it works. It comes back to my main cities, and everything is reset. And it's just waiting for the next hour to go again. Um, and the reason why I enter my city again, because if you move it, like you see where the villa is right now, if I move this like this and the script started running, it will click down here, and that's not my villa, so it's not gonna find the target. But if you exit your city and you enter it again, everything is set. You see how everything is positioned, so it's gonna find the same position every single time. Um, Thank you guys for watching the video. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do subscribe. If you guys have any comments on ways to make this better, or ways that you're doing, tips and tricks that I can share with the community, let me know, because I want everybody to love this game as much as I do. And I know it does have its bugs, and that I just think that we should try to talk to the developers and see if they can help us fix those. Because if the player base starts leaving, if the big players can't kill nobody, they have nobody to kill, then we just end up leaving the game for the next best thing, or moving to a different genre. um, yeah, once again, thank you guys for liking the video. I'm not sure if there's anything that I missed. I think I covered everything. There's another good thing about BlueStack as well. It allows you to flip the screen, so you can rotate the screen. It's the shortcut key is Control Shift number 4. So if you're fighting, you don't have to like twist your head to the side. You can flip it and it rotates it. It's just like it just rotates it to the side. I'm not sure if that will appear here, but um, yeah, that's how it works. Alright, guys, happy gaming, and I will catch you all next time.